Uh, I think I had this thought, write a book on Islam, Hermetic alchemy, and communism. And, I thought the four letters IHAC, I hack, ha ha, I hack, I do hacking, I do hacking. And then to the rationalizations and justifications for terror or spook. Uh, and how we do that, and then furthermore recognizing the centrality of morality, in fact dependence on morality, and this concept that the mind-body separation and the separation of a man from a beast is this line in the sand that is symbolic. And the basis of this symbol is God, and the basis of God is morality. And if you want to eliminate God from your life, you can, and be left with morality. I associate God with the principle of the commodity. So God is good. God is good. God is whether or not something is a good. And this religious attachment to the commodity. Religions are dead. So the religion, all religions are dead. So every religion is a dead religion. A religion is what is created when the Jews cast make religion. That's one word. Make religion. That's the name of the spell in italics, lowercase, or capitalized, depending on how you want to put it. You could describe it as the make religion spell that that Jews cast. And any Jew, what separates a Jew from a non-Jew is the authority to cast make religion. Once you are a Jew, you have the authority to cast make religion. And the traditional way of doing this is the formation of a cult. The thinking here is that this is really a natural process. It's a natural process, but the creation of the religion is unnatural. So you are imposing an unnatural situation or constraint. You are imposing an unnatural constraint on a natural condition. So a religion is a response to a condition, a prevailing condition of society. There's an analysis of society. There is there's an understanding of the effect of creating a new religion. So we're basically terraforming consciousness. What we're doing is we are deciding that consciousness is going to be in the future a fertile ground for humanity. And this concept of choosing humanity being the choice to have a separation between mind and body. Now, what does this mean? What is it to be a man? And I think there's all sorts of interesting thoughts here that part of the aspect of being a man is self-defeat. It's a really interesting thought. That self-defeat is what separates man from the animals. That is to say, contradictory self-defeat, and the way in which one arrives at self-defeat. That is to say, through thought. So this is a very interesting concept here, that in fact the transmission of God is the concept that what we do is we start with self-defeat, and part of an aspect of self-defeat is this religious infusion of our cognitive apparatus. That is to say, what we do is we think, and then we slather it, we dip it in the religion sauce for any religion that we have. So we have these, we're doing alchemy this way. We are taking the thought. It is this sort of, insect-like structure, like an ant colony, a cast made out of aluminum, molten aluminum, poured into an ant colony. You take that and then you dip it in the religion, and this kills everything on it because we think um, if we just accept our thought, if we accept what we're thinking as ultimate reality, then we're leaving ourselves, then it's heedless. We're leaving ourselves unprotected. It is the Achilles heel. So the religion interposes itself into the thought by basically killing anything that could, kill us. So this is our antiseptic method of thinking. And what this means is that instead of, so we apply this self-defeat mechanism to the thought. And the problem here is that we think that the self is the origin of the thought. That's the problem. This is basically, in a nutshell, the problem of humanity, is that we're convinced that the origin of the thought is the self. Well, what is the origin of thought? And we think, moreover, that it is a matter of personal responsibility to assert that the origin of the thought is the self. Now, it's a very interesting game that you play here, rationalizing the process of trying to transfer responsibility for the thought from the self onto, I would say, the other or someone else, or even a beast, not even a man or a woman or a child, but a beast, or a god, or the sun, or the cosmos, or some interstellar concept. I've thought very often of the electromagnetic influence, electromagnetic pulses at scale, as this sort of coherent way of transmitting information between. The issue is that it interacts with time in a very strange way. So the thinking here is that this is a way of transmitting information in a short period of time, very long distances. The only problem is that that involves these electromagnetic pulses, which require a lot of energy. So in fact, even though the issue is what kind of information can you transmit this way? Well, you can attack. Can you attack this way? Can you try to impose your will on the other this way? Is there an interstellar hierarchy of power? And I've often thought that Betelgeuse is a point in space that has a kind of authority or dominance over space, or even consciousness, as you could say. That is to say that the events in history that we observe are in fact the result of this psychic domination, psychic remote domination of this very remote point. And the question is, how on earth could this become organized? And the issue is that there's some art of basically playing the sun like an instrument. And the question is, could who is capable of doing this? Someone who has access to a lot of power, a lot of electromagnetic influence, and can basically sort of shock the sun and influence it. And the thinking here is that this is sort of related to human consciousness and related to our ability to harness energy to influence the sun, and in a sense, hopefully tap into a consciousness and intelligence, and basically, see what we can do with that kind of access, and to try to sort of psychically drive the sun. This is part of psychic driving.